Hi, this is Ryan, and I am doing my first blog post of my life, video or in writing. This is my first one I've ever done, so I'm hoping it turns out all right. But I was asked to answer a few questions about my experience and what I'm anticipating my experience of being a male au pair to be like when I'm in Spain. I actually didn't get around to doing this post before I left the States, so I've already been in Spain for a couple of weeks. But most of the questions apply anyway, so I could still answer them. So here, I'll just do this very textbook-like. I'll read the question and then I'll answer it. Number one, what reaction do you get from fellow Americans when you say you're going to be an au pair this summer? Well, generally it was, wait, isn't that like a girl's job? And that's exactly what I said when my mom asked me if maybe I wanted to look into it. So I wasn't surprised at all. I wasn't offended. Most people just haven't heard of guys being au pairs. And also, half the people that I talked to in the U.S. didn't even know what an au pair was. Everyone in Spain knows what an au pair is, but in the U.S. I just had to say nanny, which sounds even more feminine, I think. But but yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. So that was usually just what happened. They're just surprised that I could actually do that. But then they were always encouraging and thought it was a great idea if I could get my expenses paid for to live in Spain and live with a family. So most people thought it was a pretty good idea. Number two, who are your hosts for the summer, and why do you think they wanted a male au pair? My hosts, I have two families. The first family I'm living with right now is 20 minutes outside of Madrid, and the second family is in downtown Madrid. I think this first family just has a 12-year-old boy, and the second family has a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old boy. So it's a little bit on the older edge of the age group. Most people usually, au pairs have younger kids. So, but I actually specifically asked for older kids, and they're all boys, which makes sense because families with girls are looking for female au pairs. But I pretty much anticipated families wanting a guy to be with their sons that are really active and just play sports a lot. I love sports, so that's really what I was looking forward to anyways. So and also, I mean, with boys that are already past 9 years old and getting older, I feel like it's just easier for guys to connect with them. So yeah, so there was surprisingly a higher number of families looking for guys than I expected, so that was nice. Number three, as most host families prefer a female au pair, did you feel more pressure to impress when being interviewed by potential hosts? I didn't feel any more pressure than I think any other au pair would feel at an interview. I mean, I was a little bit nervous the first time talking to them, but it's not at all because I'm a guy. It's just because it's an interview with people I've never met. So, yeah, I mean, especially knowing that they're interviewing me because they are already looking for a guy au pair, I feel like it wasn't an issue at all. But yeah, I think, because the families see your profile and you get to read their profile before the interview, so that was helpful to actually know that these families are already accepting a male au pair, so that helped. Number four, what kind of reaction are you anticipating from Spanish natives when you tell them that you're an au pair? Well, I anticipated pretty much the same thing that was going on in the U.S., and so far it's been pretty much the same, except for people haven't been so shocked as I expected. It might just be because I don't know people that well, so they're not going to act like it's a strange thing when they don't know me well. But yeah, so I mean, I've talked to a few people when I meet them at bars or downtown, just when I'm walking around and I meet people. Of course, it always comes up what you're doing in Madrid. So I tell them I'm an au pair, and most people are just like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, that's nice." And I'm always kind of surprised that they don't ask more questions, since I'm a guy and there's not many guys being au pairs. But yeah, so most people have been pretty polite about it and thought it's a pretty cool thing. Number five, and this is the last question. What do you most hope to gain from your au pair experience this summer? Well, primarily, I want to keep learning Spanish. That's the whole reason why I even started looking into this, because I wanted to come to Spain, but I needed a way to make it affordable. And I really do enjoy like playing sports and hanging out with kids all the time. So it wasn't just to get here to speak Spanish. But yeah, so I really do want to keep learning Spanish. I mean, I've been here for a couple weeks, and it definitely takes like my own initiative to go out and find people to speak Spanish with. I've gone to a few language exchanges downtown. Those have been good. But yeah, it's a little difficult to just always find people to speak Spanish. But the parents here in this family that I'm with right now are also they're very good at speaking just Spanish to me. So that's not really too hard. During the day, I have to speak English with the boy, because that's the whole point, is why they're having English speaking au pairs. But after 3 or 4 o'clock, the family speaks Spanish with me, so I've been really appreciative of that. I think I also just want to gain not just speaking Spanish, but I mean just really enjoying my summer and being in Spain. I love the summer weather. Love going to the pool every day. And I also want to try to make some more connections to maybe like have friends I could actually visit in the future, in other summers or other years. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the questions. Yeah, I think this was a successful first blog post, I hope. But yeah, that's about it. I will be posting another one in a few weeks, I think, whenever they ask me some more questions. But alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.